Hello, 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 fun food fans. We are back here again today, coming to you from my kitchen right here in Tirana, Albania. I don't know if you can hear that special sizzling that's going on in the corner over my shoulder, that skillet right over there. It is so full, almost, well, it's not quite overflowing. That would be dangerous. But it is full of one of our favorite ingredients right now. I'm so in love with garlic right now. It's like a brand new love affair happening all over again as we've been taking a deep dive, discovering all the delicious ways we can use that glorious golden little root there. Oh, anyway, if you didn't catch a couple of our videos earlier this week, we talked about how to make a beautiful garlic confit. Ooh. You can see some pictures over on Instagram of some of the delicious things we're making with garlic. And if you pop over to our business page, Our Kitchen Classroom on Facebook, you can see a special little short clip, a close-up of what's going on in the pan over there. And let me tell you, that golden garlic is really gorgeous. Oh, I am sipping on some special cherry juice this evening. We've actually discovered another type of this special blend, a great way of preserving that beautiful, fat, dark, juicy summer fruit so that we can enjoy it even as we're transitioning into the cooler temperatures of fall. Oh man, that's amazing. I need another sip. This one is just a little tart. It's the sour cherry blend, which actually goes beautifully with our special secret family recipe of tiramisu that we've been playing around with the last couple of days. You can find some shots of that over on our Instagram. I'm KarenM.Ricks over there on IG. Check out and give hearts to that beautiful chocolatey picture. You know, it's always a good time for chocolate, right? Are you a big fan of chocolate too? Or how about the garlic? Let me know in the comments. If you're a garlic lover, if you're a chocolate lover, if you like both. I don't know. With some of the comments I've been getting this week, maybe you like a chocolate and garlic combination. I would love to hear that too. Anyway, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Karen Ricks. I am the head chef of Our Kitchen Classroom, and I am on a mission to teach children of all ages how to celebrate life and how to love learning. And here at Our Kitchen Classroom, we do that through food and family travel. We've been learning so much science, really, this week, between the stinky sulfides and what happens when you slowly simmer all that beautiful garlic. We're creating magic here in the kitchen right now. And oh, it smells so glorious and garlicky. But I've got even more excitement to share with you, including some special new surprises about some collaborations that are happening right here in Albania. You can keep an eye on the blog over at ourkitchenclassroom.com/blog for some exciting updates on the things that we're doing with our friends and neighbors right here in Tirana, Albania. But the big story here today, I'm so excited to be able to share a special celebration because our silly little Sous is published. He just had a special featured article over in the Parent Voice. I'll be sure to leave a link to that interview in the comments of this video. He was very excited to be able to see not only special pictures of him, but also his words there in print on this multiracial, multicultural family magazine, talking all about his globe-trotting travels and the amazing things that he is learning as we as a family travel all over the world in pursuit of our world schooling education. There is so much to learn. Here at our kitchen classroom, we talk a lot about food, but it's about way more than just the food. We are learning, we are loving, we are living our best lives, and food is just one of many learning materials, cultural connections, and bonding experiences that we share with our friends and family all over the world on these exciting adventures. And we are so thankful that you are a part of it. And Our Little Sous is really excited to be able to share his perspective, and even more enthusiastic after seeing his words in print to be able to continue to plow ahead on his next exciting adventure. We will keep you posted as our little scribe starts scribbling more and more. You're going to see and hear not just more of his face in these videos, but more of his words around the web and more of his thoughts flying around the world. He's got some exciting things that are all abuzz up there. Taking a moment to go back and read the words that he really wanted to share with families all over the world was a wonderful opportunity for us too, as a family, to take time and reflect on the amazing leaps that our education has taken since we left our longtime home in central Japan to embark upon these worldwide culinary adventures that we're enjoying here at our kitchen classroom. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with our family's story, my husband and I left the United States back in 2007 to live and work in central Japan. And it was supposed to be an exciting little educational adventure, living and working, teaching for a year, maybe two, if we really liked it. But obviously we really did, because it turned into 10 years where we owned and operated our own international Montessori school, which is where Our Little Sous grew up. And back in December of 2016, we sold it all in order to be able to take that education outside of the four walls and really expand it so that we could continue to share all the amazing learning with more people, not just those individuals who were within our close geographic proximity. And so it's even more exciting to be able to look back now almost 2 years later and reflect on not only the things that we had been learning up to that point, but all the incredible things that have happened since then. What's amazing is that one of the stories that Our Little Sous shares in that article was about just how much he loved wintertime in Japan. Now, I grew up in Southern California. I'm a beach girl. I love the warm weather. You see, even though it's fall, I'm trying desperately to hang on to all semblance of the warmth with my short sleeves and roaming around in shorts and sandals here in the community. I don't want to let that go. But we still had so many magical moments in the wintertime in Japan. And a lot of that was connected with winter sports, skiing and snowboarding and sledding and ice skating. As we were flipping through some of those old pictures before bedtime earlier this evening, I saw a couple of the photos from when Our Little Sous took his very first steps onto the ice on those tiny little ice skates with narrow little blades when he was just 1 year old. And it was so amazing to be able to see the joy and excitement and to experience the wonder with him of this amazing new form of transportation, entertainment, sport, art, fun. It was all of these magnificent things all rolled up into one. And I remember carrying him out onto the ice, letting him reach down over the barrier and actually touch with his fingertips, taking off the gloves, reaching down and touching the ice and drawing his hand back and being completely shocked and surprised at how cold it was, even though it wasn't his first time touching ice, taking those first tentative steps on his own onto the ice, which is, kind of a wobbly undertaking in and of itself on those two narrow blades. And then just being fascinated by the completely new feel of it all and plopping his bottom right down onto the ice so he could just sit there and experience it. The cold and the new perspective as all these people went racing around him in circles. But what I remember most was his fascination with the Zamboni. Do you know what a Zamboni is? Go ahead and leave me a note in the comments if you know exactly what I'm talking about and you have observed this fascinating phenomenon too. Or maybe you have no clue. I'll get to that part of the story here in just a second. So, for those of you who are not figure skating or hockey fans, maybe you don't know the word, but I'm sure you have definitely seen the machine. The Zamboni was actually the ice resurfacing machine. It was named after Frank Zamboni, who designed it. And the very first time that we took Our Little Sous ice skating, as much as he loved standing on the ice, gliding around a little bit, spinning with mommy, his favorite part of the entire experience, hands down, was watching the magical pas de deux of two Zambonis circling around again and again as they cleaned and smoothed the long speed skating track at M-Wave, which was the Olympic facilities that were designed for the Nagano Olympic Games, the speed skating, the figure skating in Nagano, which was the prefecture in which we lived in central Japan. And it's amazing because to see this picture of this little 1-year-old child balancing on this teeny tiny blades, but he was so intently focused on the magic that these big machines were creating. They're going around and around, and the only thing that moved was his head as he watched them go back and forth again and again. I mean, this lasted like 20 or 30 minutes as he's watching these machines. And for those of you who haven't seen them up close and personal, they have these blades that literally cut through the top layer of the ice, and brushes that spin and are sweeping up all the little debris, and then a towel that's dragging behind it to help smooth all that cutting and brushing work. And it's leaving a nice, smooth, thin layer of warm water down that refreezes again so that when it's done beautifully, the cleaned and resurfaced ice, it's as smooth and shiny as a mirror. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful to watch. And there's a reason that so many people stay glued in their seats in the middle of, all the other skating and hockey playing and whatever other ice activities are going on, because it's just magical to watch the patterns of these things going around and again. And he was so in love with the Zambonis that from then on, every time we went ice skating in one of several different rinks all over Japan, we had the opportunity to not just watch their dance on the ice, but to get a sneak peek kind of behind the scenes, to talk with the drivers. He even got to climb up in the driver's seat after they had parked. And on one magical occasion, he even got to take a ride in this special extra seat on the Zamboni around that big speed skating track in the Olympic arena. It was amazing. And what I love, not just as a parent, but as a teacher, is seeing that sort of intense focus, the fascination that comes with learning and experiencing something new and being able to live that excitement, to drink in all this information all over again as I see it through the eyes of my child, through the eyes of my students, through the childlike wonder of anyone and everyone who has the opportunity to experience something brand new for the first time. It's an amazing feeling. It's it's almost like the same wonder of experiencing spring again. Now, as I said, I love the winter activities, the winter sports, all the wonderful winter memories that we made in the cold and the snow in Japan. But I am a warm weather girl at heart. And that's why springtime is one of my favorite of all seasons because it's waking up out of the cold, unbundling from all the layers, and getting a chance with fresh eyes, with new appreciation to experience again the warmth, the colors, the new blooming flowers, the smells, oh, everything that had been dead and gone and seemed to have disappeared suddenly comes to life again. And everything is bright and fresh and new and exciting. And that's the excitement that we are feeling right now as we get ready to lead our kitchen classroom's culinary and cultural tour into central Japan. If you would like to be one of those amazing families that comes to join us for the learning and the wonder, for the deep dive into a culture that might otherwise be hidden if you were just a visitor or a tourist, but you want to really go and experience it with someone who has lived it, then I want to invite you to schedule a chat with me. We can see if we're a match, if you are really one of those people who is as enthusiastic, as excited about all of the amazing wonders that we are ready to uncover with the families that join us this spring in Japan. There is so much to learn, so much to uncover, and we are looking forward to sharing that joy, to sharing the wondrous discoveries as if they were fresh and brand new with you and your family. Go ahead and click on the link and let's schedule that chat. I can't wait to talk to you about all the amazing wonders that are in store for you. We'll be back again next week with a brand new video series, but in the meantime, you can keep an eye on our website, ourkitchenclassroom.com. So you can be up on all the latest excitement that's coming from our new collaborations here in Albania. And of course, all the delicious goodness, like that glorious sizzling garlic over my shoulder, that is coming out of our kitchen classroom. So wherever you are, in your kitchen classroom, have a fantastic weekend. Cheers.